We are ready for this. First of all, email. Yes, Shahid. Omen Deng has information on Alpha Protocol. Q. Heck, totally did it. 2 chicks at once. Hells yeah. Right, congratulations on your conquest. Sure, the ladies involved were of unquestionable breeding and refinement. Now, probably good to let him... Yeah. Can't hurt. He's dangerous, but yeah. Mina found an info sent to Leyland. Alright. Mr. Thornton, your name comes up with great regularity. In Italy, Russia, and Taiwan, agencies on both sides of the law are paying large sums of money for information on your background and whereabouts. Congratulations on your 15 minutes of infamy. This time, how about you contact me? You know what, Albatross, I'll take you up on that. Scarlet is still in Taipei. These are the Halbeck files from K. Jacobson, which is the same person who sent this one. These we go ahead and send to Scarlet again, might as well. Sung is dead. We're gonna go full martyr on this one. Right, stop though. Good.
Assault on the United States Embassy in Moscow, and China's increasing mobilization in the wake of Taiwanese independence rallies as evidence that a global conflict of unprecedented proportions may be closer than we think.
Well, not if I have anything to say about it.
Halbeck Industries is facing intense scrutiny from shareholders. Just the latest bump in a troubled road for the once mighty defense contractor.
Halbeck has shown increasing signs of moving into a business slump, with profits shrinking and a reported 50% of their projects cancelled. Pressure from shareholders is suspected to force...
I'm glad to see that all this stuff I've been sending to Scarlet has made some use.
CEO Robert Halbeck III has given numerous reassurances to the press that the company
Alright. Albatross.
to institute.
What the hell? Guess the old man gave me a false number.
Communications decrypted. Signal established.
Albatross. Your signal's weak, I can barely see you.
Agent Thornton, Mike, my apologies for the poor connection. It's the price one pays for privacy. I can only spare a few minutes, so tell me what you need, quickly.
I'm infiltrating the Alpha Protocol facility, and I need your help.
I see. This is sooner than I expected. If you think I know the location of the facility, I can't help you.
I can get there. What I need is whatever intel or manpower you can provide, once I'm inside.
If you can get in and transmit the location. But once you transmit the coordinates, you'll need to buy yourself some time before I can intervene. May I ask why you're infiltrating the agency? It seems counterproductive, not to mention the low chance of success.
I have to do this, and I have to find out the truth of what's going on there. I can pay you for your help, Albatross.
You don't need to pay me, Mike. An alliance with you and your continued survival has proven to be in my best interests. When I was at Braco's mercy, you chose to intervene. I've not forgotten. And you spared Sis when you had no reason to do so. Now it is my turn to help you.
You're not getting compassionate in your old age, are you?
Consider it a payment for services rendered. One doesn't kill the golden goose.
Or an albatross. Seems doing both would be unwise.
I would agree. Once you reach your destination, we shall prove it. Until then, I shall ensure the south wind is at your back.
Enjoy your flight. I'll see you soon.
He seems a lot of business, but he's got a heart on it there somewhere. And I do believe he quite likes me. Master Chain Shot, hell yes. Now I can put one more point in that, which will make our strike damage pretty damn high. We are dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. Very dangerous indeed. Who to talk to next? How about Sheikh Ali Shahid? That's gonna be interesting.
Welcome, Agent Thornton. This is the meeting I spoke of long ago in Saudi Arabia, I believe. I have much to share with you.
Is it about Halbeck?
A portion of it is yes. The rest concerns its partner, your Alpha Protocol program. But that will cost you.
I don't have much more to give, Shahid. And I did spare your life before.
You know as well as I do. These events that Helbeck has set in motion, they are not well researched. They are conflicts. And then there are wars. What they have started, it is a fire that will sweep the globe.
I'm not here to negotiate, and you've actively participated in these events. I don't see why it matters to you.
When these events will make my country suffer more than it deserves? Yes. And when another may shoulder the rightful blame? Again, yes.
Rightful blame.
Indeed. Are you prepared to betray your own country, Agent Thornton?
No
When I
way.
speak of blame, it is the United States that is the one responsible for these events.
I'm not betraying my country, and certainly not for you.
Is Alpha Protocol your country? Or is it one of its lies under the guise of the United States?
Halbeck's my enemy, not the United States, or whoever Alpha Protocol claims to be working for.
And if they are the same thing?
Then you don't understand the situation.
I do. More than you, I think. But you have come for help, or simply to call a favor due. I have information that should be of use to you in hurting Halbeck. Accounts, transactions, and knowledge of their involvement with your program. And of course, the missile codes you asked for. Although I fail to see what use they are to you.
That's a start.
A start?
Yes. I need you to broadcast something for me. I have a suspicion that's going to cause quite a stir where I'm headed.
Now, I had a choice there to take him out. And it's not a choice I made easily. He is a terrorist leader, he has killed plenty of innocent people, but I have to look at the bigger picture here. Could have taken him out, but I didn't. Might end up biting me in the ass eventually. We have one more person to contact before we go. Oh, let's check our email first. Where's my computer? There's. Thank you, Scarlet. Speaking of, we'll be seeing soon. Don't despair, I have a large quantity of narcotics hidden in my anus in case I'm buried alive. Lovely. Shahid. Well, the information will be of use to me if... Oh, I'll see. Let's have a chat with Scarlet.
Scarlet?
Come in, Mike.
Your door was open. You don't seem surprised. How did you know it was me?
I would have known if it wasn't you. Footsteps are like signatures.
That's an interesting skill to have picked up.
In case you haven't guessed already, I don't have much of a social life. What is it you needed, Mike? Got another story to pass along?
Yes, but it's complicated.
That so? What a surprise. Very little about you seems simple. I was pretty certain you might be Interpol or military. But my gut tells me intelligence. But none of my contacts have heard of you.
Contacts? So you've been checking up on me?
I didn't want to, but you really don't leave me much choice if I want to know the truth.
If I was intelligence, is that something you think I'd tell a journalist?
You tell me. And I'd like you to be honest with me, if you can. I think I deserve that much.
There's not much to say. I used to work for the United States government. I still do, in my own way.
What do you mean?
I'm not exactly welcome back home. When you met me in Saudi Arabia, that was my last official mission with the US. After that, I've been on my own. Except for people I've met on the way. Like you.
It doesn't sound like you've had a chance to relax in Saudi Arabia.
That's an understatement.
My military and intelligence contacts didn't have much on you.
Not surprising.
So, I checked the corporate gossip. Halbeck's taken quite an interest in you.
Let's just say Leyland and I don't see eye to eye on business practices. You ever met him?
At press conferences. Quite the snake. But that doesn't explain why Halbech would be after you.
I accidentally discovered something in Saudi Arabia I shouldn't have. Something that could ruin Halbech.
What did you find out?
I found they'd been selling weapons to Al Samad, and I got proof.
Is that why you're here?
I don't trust anyone else with it. And if something happens to me, then the world needs to know.
It's that bad, huh?
Pretty bad.
I'll make sure it gets where it needs to go. Are you going to be all right?
I have no idea.
Do you need to leave right now?
No, I can stay. For a little while if you need me to.
Considering I might not see you again, I'd like that.
The world can wait then.
Agent Thornton spent the night. Details of what happened that night were not forthcoming from either Scarlet or Agent Thornton. Alright. That means we are basically good to go. Let's double check everything. We've got 80 grand. And if there's any time to use it, it's now. I believe these are all options we've considered before. None of them are really worth it. I do not want to lose stability or anything. And we've got pretty much everything we might want here as well. Reinforced arm guards might be worth. They're basically the same thing, but better. The other two... That one's expensive, but moderately improved. However, it does lower our endurance compared to our arm guards, which it will replace something else, though. I think we're good, though. I think we can run with this. Just go to the weapon locker, equip that add-on, and then let's go. We would be replacing... There we go, yeah, it's quite simply just a flat-out upgrade. Just an underlay, of course, is the ability cooldown rates. But we can upgrade. Oh yeah, this is one that goes to from armor 1 to greatly increased strike damage. Nice. That seems better, yeah. So the one we bought, actually, we're gonna end up not using, but I guess we could do even more. But the fitted underlay gives ability cooldown rates. I wonder how much. Because we still hit pretty hard even without it. I'm gonna stick with this setup. Looks good. We've got our stuff as well. I'd love to be able to bring more. Alright. Nowhere else to go. It's a pretty easy choice.
Did you take care of what you had to do?
Everything's in place. How about you?
It shouldn't be much longer.
Are you safe?
Probably safer than you. Mike, if this doesn't work...
Goodbye, Mina.
Hello, Darcy.
Mind if I sit here?
Go ahead. It'll save me from having to call in the squad. All done running?
Never was.
Yeah, well, whatever you call it, I'm here to bring you in. Glad you're not making a fuss about this.
I called you, remember?
You have allied with Albatross, who has tracked your location and is bringing in reinforcements.
So, here we are, Agent Thornton.
Guess you can go home again.
If by home you mean prison. Mr. Westridge first spoke to you in this room, didn't he?
Interrogated, actually. was a really dull conversation.
When he asked you why you volunteered for Alpha Protocol, do you remember what you told him?
It was my duty. I wanted to serve my country.
I want to serve my country. And you think by being assigned here is the best way to do that?
Give me a mission and I'll prove it.
Does it feel good being a patriot now, Mike? Looking back, everything you did for your country, was it worth it? Because they're not going to do a damn thing for you. They left you out to dry. That's the nature of this place. You'll have to excuse me, but I asked for this next part to be recorded for posterity. I wanted to make sure it's captured perfectly.
It was worth it. I'm gonna see this mission through, Leyland. Henry. I'm gonna see you arrested for those people you killed and see that Halbeck answers for its crimes.
Really?
Count on it.
All right, Thornton. I suppose you're bored of these questions anyway. Frankly, so am I. So if there's nothing else...
In Saudi Arabia, someone gave away my coordinates, tried to kill me. They did it for you. Who helped you?
I'm sorry?
Who was the mole?
Mike, who wasn't the mole? If anyone betrayed you, I think the betrayal wasn't what you think it was. It allowed you to survive, when in fact, you should have died there with Shahid. And that, Agent Thornton, is the truth. So when you think back on poor Madison St. James, Sung's presidency in danger, the riots in Taipei, cutting off my weapons trafficking in Moscow, and that airliner and its passengers burning to death as they hit the ground, and then you killing the only man who could have testified to my involvement, Ali Shahid. The truth died with him. I've set the world on a new course. Halbeck's numbers are going to skyrocket. Our technology will be part of every military contract and army in the world.
Of course. You've got it all figured out. After all, Leyland, you know everything, right?
If this is another one of your bluffs, Thornton, then lay your cards on the table. I can't say I care for that tone of yours.
I take responsibility for what happened at the museum. But the way you tried to set Omen and I up in Taipei, I don't think you realized we'd actually talk before we killed each other. I know who's behind your weapons trafficking in Moscow. I know about your connection to Surkov and how Braco was set up to take the fall. If you think Shahid is dead, well, just wait until his next video broadcast.
Shahid? But you killed him. The missile on the convoy.
Oh, the one that didn't kill me, either? Leyland, come on. It's taken you this long to realize you made a mistake? You don't know what you've done. All these plans of yours aren't going to cause a Cold War, they're going to cause a real one. And I know that's something you don't want.
Spare me your lectures, Thornton. You're a civil servant, while I run a multinational company. Your evaluations of world events... Please. This conversation has outlived its usefulness, I think. Although, one last thing I'm curious about. Since you have every angle covered, what happened to that footage, Mike? The one of the airliner you had in your possession?
It's safe.
Oh, you mean with Scarlet?
What?
You mean safe with Scarlet. That's who you gave it to.
I didn't say that.
No, she did when we asked. She's here, you know. She was resistant at first, but, well...
Don't hurt her. I can recover that footage for you.
Noble, but misplaced. I'll have her tortured if I have to. Make no mistake about it. Who knows what sorts of secrets she could reveal. But enough about her. You've lost. All your efforts for nothing. You can't stop us.
But not yet. Because you're still planning something, right?
You're correct. There are some matters to be cleared up. Soon, all trace of this facility will be erased, and you along with it. After all, it never really existed in the first place.
Leyland?
What is it?
I haven't forgotten my mission. I'm gonna see that you answer for what happened to the people on that airliner. And only I'm leaving this place alive.
Amusing.
Not really.
Well then, you'd best get to it, Mr. Thornton. You have an hour. I look forward to your efforts.
Cocky bastard. Gonna take great pleasure in tearing all this down around you. Starting with Marburg.
Agent Thornton, allowing yourself to be captured, making us go through the effort of bringing you here. Well done.
It was the only way to find this place quickly, and I knew you were looking for me. It seemed time to kill two birds with one stone, pardon the metaphor.
Indeed. Well, as I said, well done. Well, I confess I'm disappointed things ended like this. I was hoping to convince you to work for us. If not Halbeck, then the VCI. But that would depend on you.
I'm surprised you haven't figured it out yet, Marburg. I know your history. I know the United States left you out to dry. Deus Vult, all of it. But it doesn't seem like you learned anything from it. You served Deus Vult blindly, and now you're answering to Leyland and Halbeck.
Your point?
Trading one master for another, Marburg? Seems to me blind loyalty is what got you here in the first place. Everything you know about Leyland should tell you what your future is.
I don't expect I'll see you again, Agent Thornton. Your mission ends here.
We'll see.